Victoria Ballard, naturopath, speaking to you from the south coast of England, the southeast coast of England. And I want to go over why some people can't lose weight, whatever they do. And I was one of these people. I wasn't when I was younger, but once I turned 50, the weight just piled on and nothing I could do except fasting. Fasting slowed the weight down. Fasting was really effective. I started off on 5-2, 5 days of eating healthily and 2 days of just 500 calories, and that halted the weight gain, but it didn't actually lead to weight loss. So I tried intermittent fasting. I did 16-8. This also halted the weight gain, but no weight loss. Then I did 18-6 every day. And yes, a little bit of weight came off, but I was still many pounds overweight. Then I discovered carnivore. I watched Ken Berry, who he is himself carnivore and has been for several years, and it all made sense. It's the elimination diet I was using in the 1980s with some Harley Street doctors. We were using it to eliminate allergies. So I do use it to eliminate allergies because allergies are one of the reasons why you may not be losing weight. And this is from personal experience with clients who were doing everything right and not losing weight. One of them was down to 500 calories a day and still not losing weight. So, found her allergies by the elimination method, and carnivore is the elimination method. It's anti-inflammatory, it's the easiest food to digest because we go back millions of years, having been hunter-gatherers, and hunting was the only thing we had in the winter. Sometimes it was covered in ice, so we just had to hunt the animals. So our bodies have not evolved as quickly as our technology and our society. Our bodies are still really back there in the caves, and winter would be really difficult. So therefore the body had a sort of switch, which is still there in a lot of people, which favors putting on weight to losing weight because of the long winters with no food, except the hunted food, the meat. So I'm not saying that carnivore has to be only meat. I do like the idea, if you think you have allergies or you have some inflammation like joint problems in any of the joints of the body, IBS, brain fog, and losing your memory in some ways as you get older, it's not really necessary. The great thing about the carnivore diet is it's no carb and therefore highly ketogenic. It produces ketones, which is a brain food. The brain either works on glucose or ketones, and it prefers ketones. In fact, way back in the 1920s, there was a diet there was no pharmacology solution to epilepsy, and they were using a ketogenic diet right back then to prevent seizures in epileptic children. And there was a trial done where no carbs and protein and vegetables were given to these children, and it prevented their epileptic fits. So we know that it is really good for the brain. So you may have any of the symptoms I've mentioned, or many, many more, like type 2 diabetes, or pre-diabetes, or insulin resistance, which is similar to pre-diabetes. And eliminating allergies is my first step. Getting healthy is the first step. Getting the processed foods, the seed and vegetable oils out of the diet, eating single ingredient. You can tell if it's got a whole load of ingredients on the back with words you don't understand that it's highly processed and therefore not recognized by the body as a food. So the first thing I would do would be to eliminate allergies after you've cleaned up your diet. And that really is just 2 weeks on the ruminant meat, which is lamb and beef. And just 2 weeks on that, and then after the 2 weeks you can then add the other meats, the chicken, the pork, the turkey, whatever meat you like, and then you can start adding fish, really any fish, but the oily fish are better. The tuna might have mercury in it, so I would perhaps not suggest tuna. Sardines are the best. They're the smallest fish and they're really inexpensive, but they should be bought in brine, because in oils they use those awful vegetable oils and seed oils, and even if it says olive oil, they can often add some of the bad oils to the olive oil because it's cheaper. So then after fish, I would go to eggs. In fact, if there's any adverse reaction to eggs, it will be the whites. Egg yolk is absolutely one of the best foods on the planet. It has all the minerals and vitamins you need, especially D3 and A. And if you did get a reaction to eggs, then I would separate the whites from the eggs. It's a shame to waste the whites. If you've got other people in your family that are not allergic, they can be added to omelettes and not wasted. And then after eggs, you can start trying cheese, certainly butter. Butter is wonderful to cook with. You can cook meat in butter and it is really delicious. So butter should be free of any sugars, because the milk has lactose in it, and all the lactose has been discarded when making butter. Butter is just milk fat with no lactose. You can have it salted or unsalted. So butter you can use liberally. You can even add it to coffee for a bulletproof coffee. You can clarify it and have ghee, which you can also add to coffee or cook with. And also you can add to coffee, if you're lucky, very heavy cream, thick cream, if you can't take your coffee black. This is just about as far as you can go in the dairy. And aged cheese is definitely preferable. So we've now got all the natural foods that compose the carnivore diet. And if you're still not losing weight, which would be really unusual on carnivore. If you're still not losing weight, then you can add a bit of intermittent fasting. Try and go 16 hours overnight. Build it up slowly. First of all, going 12 hours. No snacking after dinner. Delaying breakfast as far as you can, and you can always use the bulletproof coffee. It will break the fast, but it won't give you an insulin spike. So there are other reasons why you might not be losing weight, as well as insulin resistance. There's also leptin resistance. Leptin is the hormone that says, I'm full, I don't need to eat anymore. And if that's out of whack, you're always hungry and you overeat. Really, it's not overeating on carnivore. You can eat as much as you like on carnivore, but on other diets, like even the ketogenic diet, you can still eat too much. I would also say for ketogenic diet, if you prefer it, then no carbs, because you shouldn't really be mixing carbs with protein. That's food combining, and two different kinds of digestion. Carbohydrates are broken down by ptyalin in the mouth, so lots of chewing is good with carbohydrates, and protein is stomach acids for its digestion. So you don't mix the two. So therefore, when I say to a ketogenic person, I would go no carb, they're not very happy, but when they do go no carb, they often lose weight. Carbohydrates are not an essential part of the human diet. In fact, we can live perfectly well without it. I don't think I've eaten carbohydrates except when I can't get hold of anything else, when I'm traveling. And I went 18 months on Atkins with no carbs, protein and vegetables. But it wasn't until I started a bit of fasting that the weight started to come off. So you might need to do both. But if we've eliminated the allergies, you may just start losing weight quite rapidly. If we've eliminated insulin resistance, yet again, you may start to lose weight. But be patient. Try 90 days of carnivore. And if at the end of 90 days you haven't lost weight, I'd be very surprised, but please contact me. I leave my email address in the description, and I am very happy to answer your questions and see if we can get to the bottom of why you're not losing weight. It has been my speciality. I did specialize in allergies, but I'm now specializing in those people who find it near impossible to lose weight. Okay, nice talking to you. Please leave comments about what you want to hear about. I've been doing this weight loss thing for, I think it was 1981, and that's when I started working with the Harley Street doctors who were using elimination diets with allergies. And then I started to specialize in allergies. And then as I got older and my own weight became so utterly resistant, I now specialize in those people who lose weight with great difficulty, if at all. In fact, some of them are still putting on weight. It's really sad. There will be a reason, we will find it, and you will lose weight. Okay, nice talking to you. Please subscribe. Yes, a like, a subscribe, I'd most appreciate it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.